Hello everybody, Phil Willits here again at Phil's Art. I thought I'd just do a short video of you, or for you, about things that I take when I'm going out sketching. Now, I'll show you some. This is a board. It's two boards, as you can see, with clips on. And inside the two boards is some paper, watercolour paper usually. And I took this to Weymouth when we were on holiday, and that's the one board. I'll put that to one side. And there's the watercolour paper. The size, it's actually 12 inches by 9 inches, that size watercolour paper is. And here's some of the paintings I did when I was at Weymouth. That's the Sandfoot Castle that I did watercolour. That's the Portland Bill Lighthouse that I did, and some donkeys on the beach that I did. And then there was St George's Church at Weymouth, which I painted. And this is very useful really. This just two very thin pieces of board, 1/8 of an inch thick. I think it's MDF, and you can keep your paper in here, and it's nice and safe and sound. And then when you want to use it, you simply, if I wanted to use this piece of paper here, I'd put all my other paintings in, and I'd put that paint on there, and then I'd put the clips back in position, holding on this paper. And then it's a very convenient way of drawing and doing a watercolour. So I thought I'd share that with you. Now, I have shared with you some watercolour palettes and etc. But I find this is ever so good, ever so useful. It's a Derwent container, and I'll open it, and really it contains all that I need to do some watercolour sketches like that. It's very handy, very light. I find, to be honest with you, there's different compartments for you to show in. I've got here a rubber. I don't use that very often, to be honest, and a little sponge there. But with all the watercolour palettes that I have got, this is my very first watercolour palette, and it's a Windsor Newton one, and I do find this ever so good. There's a bit of mixing here. You can see how old it is. It's gone yellow. Mixing there, and this is the palette I used to do these watercolour sketches here, and the castle, etc. But I find this ever so good, this watercolour palette. Now in the other section, there's a tiny little watercolour bottle, or water bottle, and I've got it. I haven't got it with me. I should have bought it, but there is like a lid that I find, if you've got a tiny little lid and you pour the water in that, and that really does work well. I've got two brushes here, and again, these are my main two brushes, and this is from Jackson's Art Company, and they close like that, and that is a number 6, and that is so good. There's a terrific point on that. That is so good, and you can sort of go around like so. That's a number 6, and I haven't used this one very much, but that's the one I use nearly all the while when I'm doing anything like that. And this is a number 4, and again it's from Jackson's. It's from Jackson's Water. It's stable. It's a stable And there you go, and that's a small one. If you can, I'll put it there so you can see. Okay, that's a smaller one. So that's the two, and I find that with these two, I don't really need any more brushes in a way. I suppose that having a bigger brush probably would be better. And then inside here, I have got a bit of a rough old brush. And it's a real old rough old brush, and I mean that's okay for doing the skies or anything like that, or if I want to do a big area. So I have got a rough old brush. I don't know where I got that from. It's as we would say, donkey's years old. I've got that one. I've got a white pen there. I don't use that an awful lot, but sometimes it's quite useful if you want to highlight anything that you've done and you've gone over a white area that you want to establish. I don't think I did anything on that one. And the Portland Bill one, no, I didn't do anything on that one. But anyway, that's another thing I've got. I've got two water brushes, and that's a flat water brush, so that you can see it there. I've got water in, so that is useful, you know, to mix and carry on. And I've got this one, and this again is a very small point. That's also in the bag, and also a pencil and a sharpener. I to be honest with you, I don't use sharpeners very often, but I threw that one in just in case. And that I usually have a knife to carry around with me to sharpen the pencils, but that's thrown in just in case. And then I find those useful. That's a rubber, and a 2B is normally the normal pencil that I use. It needs sharpening up a bit, but those are useful because you can cover the top, and it doesn't sort of stick in anywhere. So that's a very useful little kit, and I thought I would just show you this. And it folds away very easily. It's from Derwent, and it's just a little section like that with two pockets in. And you can put that, when it's in, it's light enough, you can put it in your pocket, and then you carry this board around with the clips on, and you're ready to go. So I thought I'd just show you this, because I found this so useful. Rather than taking great loads of stuff, you know, awful lot of watercolour palettes and all the rest of it, just bare essentials. And I think it's good to just have the bare essentials. There's quite a few colours in that, to be honest with you. But that's that one. And before I go, I will show you another set that I have got. And I'll be absolutely honest, I don't really use this very often at all. But again, it's a little bit bigger than the Derwent one, and a little bit heavier. And this is a folder, and that's got an awful lot of pencils and things in it. There's a knife there. There's a very good rubber there, and these are quite expensive, to be honest. But I've got a 2, 4, 6, 8, and a 10 watercolour brush. I shall show you the number 8. They're very expensive, and you go like that and fold it up, and you've got that. But I'll be absolutely honest with you, this is a number 6, as I say. No, it's a number 9, this is a number 9, and that's a number 8. But you can see this is far superior. These are very expensive, and they're good brushes. I'm not decrying them at all, but I do like the length there. That length, it's a little bit longer, not much, but just a little bit longer. Probably round about, I don't know, an 1/8 of an inch, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, but this is really, really good. Anyway, this is another set, and there's an awful lot more stuff in this. There's a black line drawing. There's that. If you do black and whites, yeah, that does help, doesn't it? if I make sure that it's there. Yeah, so there's that one. If you do black and whites like I have done in the past, and so if I'm, you know, if I'm going somewhere where I think, yeah, maybe I want a bit more brushes, etc. That's a bit bigger brush. I've got more brushes there. I can carry that around with me. And I suppose I could put this watercolour thing in there. I don't know whether it would probably close though with that in, to be honest with you. Oh, it does, it does. So you could do that. But having said that, you've got to be careful with this particular one. Whereas the Derwent one is completely sealed, you can't lose anything. With this one, now you have to be very careful. I normally carry this one in a bag because they can drop out, if you like, because it's only, I'll take that out. It only folds like that, and there are holes in there, holes in the bottom and holes in there. So you have to be careful. But the other thing is, with this one, there is some tissues there, but that's no big deal. You can take tissues in your pocket. But anyway, I thought I'd show you these, and I hope that's going to be useful to you. But as I say, that's I take that round with me, and it's light, and you can stick it in your pocket, and it's very easy. And you've always got a watercolour set if you see something great that you want to paint. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope that's been useful to you. And see you again. Thanks for tuning in, and give me the thumbs up. Cheers, Phil.